great music, and of course, as always, Private Terry Daniels has that American flag with him. This ought to be a great match as he is going to take on one of the wild men of professional wrestling. And his opponent entering the ring area, the Derry, Colorado, at 216 pounds, Wild Bill Irwin! Well, there you hear the crack of the whip as Wild Bill Irwin enters the ring. And as always, if you've got any brains at all, you're going to get out of the ring when Wild Bill is cracking that whip, because you never know where or what it's going to do.
I jump a little bit. I have a little shudder whenever he cracks that whip, and we're a good 20, 30 feet away from the ring, Joe. That's a lethal, lethal weapon in the hand of Bill Irwin.
Well, luckily, he is getting rid of it, has to put it outside the ring. This ought to be quite a match. Terry Daniels taking on Wild Bill Irwin, and let me tell you something, folks, they don't call him Wild Bill for nothing. This man is a wild man in the ring, with or without the bullwhip, but Terry Daniels isn't going to take any guff off of him.
Terry Daniels, a very tough competitor, may suffer a little bit from the what they call the little man syndrome, where the maybe a little bit smaller man in the fight can arguably be just as tough, if not tougher, than the bigger man, because it's number 2, we try harder theory coming into play.
I'm going to screw this up, but I'm going to try it anyway. What is it that Gordon always said? It's not the size of the man in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the man.
Very good.
Did I get it right?
Sounded just like it.
All right.
Gordon who?
You know. Everybody out there knows one of the greatest wrestling commentators of all time. Of course, we're talking about Gordon Soley.
Oh, yeah.
Terry Daniels and Wild Bill Irwin tie up in the ring, and there's a quick now forearm driving Daniels back. Now, that wasn't a forearm, that was a fist. Takes Daniels, but Daniels turns it around, throws Bill in, goes in, climbs up. Oh! Went for a bunky flip, but it just didn't work. The size of Bill Irwin, and he held on to that corner turnbuckle, and Wild Bill Irwin sent him flying, and now Irwin has taken over on Terry Daniels. This will be interesting to see now if Daniels can come back. We talked about the size of the fight in the man. This is where it's got to come out. Terry Daniels has got to prove to Bill Irwin that he can come back from a beating like this. This may be the opportunity. He goes. He's got him down. 1, 2. Not quite a 3 count, but Terry Daniels has proven he can come back.
Those big roundhouse right hands from Terry Daniels have staggered Bill Irwin. Now Irwin up and over. And Irwin probably underestimated Terry Daniels going in, figuring a much smaller man with maybe not quite as much experience, he could walk over him. He certainly is not.
You know, wasn't that an interesting comment the fan had with Bonnie just a few minutes ago? One of the things I like the most about the GWF, we got a 3 count. That boot right to the face, and Bill Irwin got a 3 count. Let's take a look at that again. As you can see, he throws him into the rope, and as he comes off, he just plants that big boot right up in the face of Terry Daniels, and that's enough to do it. Now, wait a minute. Back to live action. Irwin is wanting to grab a hold of the whip and go back after Terry Daniels. The referee stopped him, but there you see it, the winner of the match. Ladies and gentlemen, the winner of the match, Wild Bill Irwin. We got a special interview coming up, and then we'll be back with more, including Christopher Love right after this.
Christopher Love and the Pretty Young Things.
Yes, honey, you are. Christopher Love and the PYTs, honey. Let the fans at home get out of the way, punk. Have you ever seen a prettier body, a prettier face than Eric Fontaine, honey? Hot body, get up here. There ain't a finer-looking man in America, honey. And Christopher Love has them all the way to the championships. You know, honey, we personally bowed out of the tag team tournament because there was no competition, honey. So Christopher Love made it a little bit exciting. But, honey, have I got news for you. This Global Wrestling Federation belongs to me.
Fans, that's Christopher Love and the PYTs.
So ugly. You're not a pretty man.
Oh, we'll hear more from them later,
Where's
I'm sure.
that tramp Blackstone?
One of the most popular young tag teams in Global Wrestling Federation. Terry Garvin and Chaz, what a challenge they are going to have on today's program. Their opponent, at a combined weight, 480 pounds, accompanied by manager Christopher Love, Eric Fontaine, and say Christopher Love is not one of the most loved men in the GWF, and these two men certainly are not. They call themselves the PYT, the Pretty Young Things, and I guess 1 out of 3 isn't bad. They're not pretty, they're not young, but they are things, Scott.
That's 100% correct. There's a good look at Christopher Love really endearing himself to the fans there in the Global Dome.
Better be careful. Those fans out there, last week we had a lady with a cane that I thought was going to do Christopher Love in.
That may not have been such a bad thing, but then again, we never condone that type of activity.
Well, now if we can get these men into the ring, Terry Garvin and Chaz are standing by. They are waiting. Terry Garvin telling Christopher Love that he better keep his mind out of the ring. Actually, we can't say what he was telling him to keep out of the ring, but you get the idea.
That's very true. To insinuate that Christopher Love has a mind is probably a real reach. There's a good look at Terry Garvin and Chaz, the Purple Rain, we could call those young fellows.
All right, Chaz wearing some interesting clothes into the ring for this match. Well, is he or isn't he? Well, he's not, because the PYT's attacked from behind, and now we've got a melee starting right off the bat in the ring. All 4 men are in the ring, and they're going to, the PYT's take Chaz and Terry Garvin. Oh, look at that move! That's what you call teamwork.
It's obvious that Terry Garvin and Chaz have put in a lot of time in the gymnasium working out these tag team maneuvers, and here's another one as Fontaine is dropped and standing alone in the ring, and finally getting his workout pants off is Chaz, but Garvin and Chaz stand alone as
the Pretty Young Things are having some problems right off the bat here. Christopher Love is not a happy man.
They're trying to regroup out there, and I don't know that that group is worth regrouping.
Mr. Erotica, Eric Fontaine, back in the ring now.
It must be an honorary title. Not earned.
All right, he picks up Garvin, slams Garvin down, turns to the crowd and says, now, are you happy? Is that what you want to see? No? That's what they wanted to see, Eric. As Terry Garvin drop kicks Eric Fontaine from behind and kicks him right over the ropes. And there you're seeing a very, very determined young man. Here we go. He's got him up. Oh, an atomic drop. And now a clothesline. Things are not going right for Eric Fontaine. Mr. Erotica is not doing very well right now. Oh, Terry Garvin went into the ropes, was going to come off with it looked like another clothesline, but Randy Rhodes grabbed him from behind and yanked him down by the hair, and now the two of them are taking over on Terry Garvin. Garvin needs to get over and tag his partner, Scott.
Rhodes and Fontaine could certainly take a page out of the book of Garvin and Chaz, as Rhodes and Fontaine are really letting themselves get to be annoyed at the antics and taunts of the crowd. And now they're in control as Terry Garvin being double-teamed here, but you'll see later on, I'm sure that these two will lose concentration and pay more attention to the fans.
Did you see the height they got on that double backdrop? Terry Garvin must have been at least 8 to 10 feet up in the air when that happened. And now Fontaine taunting Chaz, and then while the referee goes over to get Chaz out, Fontaine goes and just wraps Garvin's head around the ropes. Now what's Christopher Love up to? Christopher Love is right there at the ringside. They'd better be careful. Double teaming coming up on Terry Garvin. This team is well known for that. And while the referee is trying to keep Chaz out of the ring, double teaming going on Terry Garvin. Garvin blocks a suplex. Fontaine tries again. Garvin blocks it again. And Garvin brings him over. Garvin brings over Eric Fontaine in his form of almost a snap Japanese suplex. He blocked the suplex from Fontaine. What has Chris Love got in his hand?
I dread to think about that. Christopher Love looks like he's readying himself to interfere in this match, and I certainly hope not, as Chaz has got things going his way.
Well, the team of Chaz and Garvin have really pretty much been in charge of this match. And right now, a meeting of the minds, if you will, for Randy Rhodes and for Eric Fontaine. And Garvin and Chaz have things going their way right now. All 4 men are in the ring. Chaz working on Rhodes and Garvin working on Fontaine. The referee trying to contain all of the action that's going on. There you see Garvin just pounding, absolutely pounding Fontaine. In the meantime, Rhodes now throws Chaz in. Oh! Now, whatever that was, it was his boot. I can see it now. It was his boot. He hit him in the back with a boot.
Once again,
that's a handicap match if I've ever seen one. Garvin and Chaz losing to 3 men.
Ladies and gentlemen, the winners of the match, the tag team of Fontaine and Rhodes.
All right, the PYTs and Christopher Love come out ahead on that one. They said they were going to. We'll be back with more.